Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Star Wars Out in the Dark campaign. I will be your storyteller this evening, and my name is Will. And last we left off, the group was in a new planet, having left behind the war that was taking place for Bespin. Silas had picked up on some dark murmurings that had put him in a rather depressed state, and he was working things out. Learned that Radio has some anger management issues that he might need to work out. But the rest of the group was welcomed by Jix and allowed to stay in his basement, whereas Krilla and Hattie were allowed to sleep in actual rooms. Uh, Eedee revealed that the Republic knows and yet doesn't know that he's alive. It's a complicated relationship. It's not them, it's him, kind of thing. But they also learned about the dispute on the system itself between the Farmers Union and the Mining Guild, and how the Republic is just kind of tossing it aside for somebody else altogether. Uh, Jix also urged Iilys to tell the group about the beacon, which he begrudgingly did, about how there is a discovery beacon that is believed to be somewhere inside the heart of Bionto Prime, which is the tiny gas giant that they are currently orbiting on Bionto 6. Eedee tried to remember something about the system, but found a hard time trying to think back to any of the records from the Jedi Academy. Jix almost ended up shooting Silas as he set off one of the motion sensors around the farm. But once they brought him up to speed, excuse me, about the situation and mentioned the cortosis, Silas kind of let it know that in some of his underworld dealings, he had come to hear about cortosis. Um, there was an emergency broadcast that the Republic had appointed a senator to the system, a retired Major Grandel Rames, and two robed figures as Jedi bodyguards were revealed. Um, the names attached to each of the Jedi were Doman Crow, who the group has already kind of met once before, but his apprentice, Nella Randul, turned out to be Silas's own sister, who he had not seen since she was taken from the family as a child. Silas also asked Eedee to try and figure out who Doman Crow's Jedi Master was, and before the news clip ended, a few of them had noticed a familiar phase trying to hide in the background, a familiar blue-green kind of Republic officer uniform of Neura Hayes, which relit a kind of kindled fire, I think, in some of the people. Iilys kind of figured out that the group had some history with Rames. But the group did decide to kind of go into the gas giant to find this beacon if it exists, and Jix, with his friend, along with his friends in the Republic base, could try to fashion the ship with a small tractor beam within the cargo hold. Iilys revealed that he had some flakes of cortosis that he took off of some poachers who were trying to steal some of his cluntucks, and that he has a few flakes on him at any given time. The group was told that the poachers are said to operate out of a backwater hunting lodge not too far into the swamp, and mentioned that it'd be better going with a skiff rather than taking the ship to the swamp. Outside, Silas saw a meteor shower of different streaks of light before they kind of made the image of his sister's face, and with it, he heard a bit of her voice, but he wasn't sure if it was her voice or something more nefarious about, since they are kind of in the throes of what seems to be a dark side entity. They told Jix to lead them to the Republic base, um, and that he said he was eager to fly the ship once more. And in the evening, while Eedee was interfacing with Barnaby, he felt a presence in the room, and switching to infrared, he could see the shapes of the people above them: Iilys, uh, Eddie, Rilla, and Jix, of course. He could see Flid on the cot and Silas on his cot, and yet there was something wrong. And as a actual signature appeared in front of him out of nowhere, he was taken aback, and then the unimaginable happened, and he was removed forcibly through the force from his body. And as he lost sight of everything, it is Flid who kind of woke up to the dismantled body on the floor, and Silas having been missing from the room that they were all in previously. And so, with that, there are only two left. Hello, boys.
And, can't say I'm happy where I'm at right now, but yeah.
Yeah. We're going to pick up right up where we left off. Eedee is, his body is on the floor. His cradle is off to the side, and to the opposite side, you can see the head and neck that look like they've been forcibly ripped off.
Can't talk with no head.
Can't talk with no head.
Look around. Iilys. Iilys.
No answer.
Look around. See if I see anything. Maybe any tracks, prints, anything, any trails. I'm gonna use my enhanced senses to see in this low light.
Sure.
Uh,
16. You can see that there are the shoe prints kind of leading off towards the stairs upstairs, but then there's no more tracks after that.
look to see Eedee's I guess the pieces of Eedee.
Yeah, the droid body is kind of like there, tilted to the side. You can see that Barnaby is trying to protect it from something. The head is off to maybe like a couple feet away. Um, and the crystal is still intact. It's still in its cradle. It's just kind of been removed and kind of tossed to one side.
Go up to the crystal. Hesitantly, I reach out. E. E.
There's a lukewarm kind of sensation as you touch this crystal. Like you expect it to be cold. You expect it to be kind of um, crystalline in nature, but there's a kind of lukewarm to it. There's a very rough, but still kind of hard, fleshy tone to it.
Maybe look after Eedee to see if there's any more tracks upstairs. I'm gonna make sure everybody else is okay. All right.
It
Stay
nods.
here. Watch Eedee. All right.
You see him kind of scramble over. He picks up the head and kind of drags it back to the body, and then he kind of stands on top of the crystal.
If anything happens, maybe take Eedee to the ship. Wait for us there.
He nods.
Okay. All right. So I go. I make my way up the stairs to see if I see any more tracks upstairs. slowly, just in case whoever did this is still around.
As you come up to the top of the stairs, excuse me, you can hear movement coming from upstairs, from around the door, and you can just hear the hushed voices. What sounds like Jix and Iilys talking. And you can hear the footfalls as they start stepping towards the door to the basement.
Jix, Iilys,
You just hear Jix hears them. They are alive. This is good
Jix,
sign. And you see him kind of rush over. He opens the door and you see that he has a blaster, the same blaster rifle in his hand. Iilys is behind him. He has another blaster rifle as well.
Oh yeah, right. I should have grabbed my blaster pistol. Oh man, are you guys okay?
Jix is happy to see you're alive.
Yeah. Have you seen Silas? Is he up there with you?
Jix has not seen him. And Iilys kind of looks at you. He's like, I saw something. No, that's not the right voice. I saw something
That wasn't the voice.
leaving the house into the darkness. I believe it was your friend, but he appeared different.
My other friend, he's downstairs. Oh man, he's ripped to pieces.
You see Iilys kind of walk by you and go downstairs.
Other girls, are they all right?
Jix has checked up on them. They are fine. They were untouched.
And I just lean back on the wall. What happened? This.
Did you not see anything?
No, I woke up from my sleep. I see Silas. I saw some footprints leading up stairs. Eedee's all apart, but Eedee itself is intact, and believe I believe Eedee is fine and good. It's just Silas is out there.
You hear from downstairs. Your friend is heavy. I could use some help.
Yeah. I go downstairs.
Yep. Yeah, it takes
I start helping.
it takes a couple of trips, but you bring Eedee up onto the couch. You bring the droid and the head back up to the couch. And Iilys looks over at you. We have friend that can fix him if you'd like. Otherwise, I have a harvester body that I could put him into. But I think it would be best if we take him to the Republic base. He said he is Jedi. They would be best to.
No. Not need to get Eedee up and running. He knows what happens. We need to find out what happened to Silas. Can't lose any more of my crew.
Right.
Get that harvester body and let's do this if you guys please.
Sure. If
Can I go
anything,
to the Republic?
I can make a phone call to Reissup. Reissup Hind is the farmer who we take our droids to when they are damaged. Him and his wife Aelin, they are expecting a child, but he is the best technical man we have.
I would hate to bother him, but it's important. I thought I would say this, but I need Eedee in a droid body up and running.
Okay. So Iilys goes over and you see him make 2 hollow phone calls. The first one is to his own farm, and he talks about having somebody bring over the old H5 body. um, there's a little bit of back and forth. He finally tells them that, where they can find the body and whatnot. Then he calls up Reissup. Reissup, you see from the hollow projection, is a human male. He looks to have this kind of long, wild, walnut kind of hair and a very similar colored, well-kept beard. It looks like he has one good eye on his right-hand side, and his left eye looks like it's been mangled. The left part of his face looks like there's just a wild kind of conflagration of slash marks. Excuse me. But otherwise, he looks kind of like he's just been woken up. And after a few moments, he kind of like nods understandingly, and you just hear, yeah, just bring him up. And I'll take a look at whatever's happened to him. I have a similar harvester droid that I can kind of hollow out if I need to. I think it's the same H5 series that you have. But yeah, it's an option if that's what you're looking for. Just bring him on by. And he kind of hangs up after that. But Iilys turns to a view. He's like, there are two options laid out before you. Either way, I think he's going to end up in a harvester droid.
Harvester droid, doesn't matter. Just gotta get my friend up and running.
Well, a Reissup might be able to fix this, and he kind of like slaps the old Eedee body that he was in. It doesn't look like it's too delicate to fix. It's just, I don't know too much about droids, but it just looks like a simple kind of weld here, weld there, and kind of putting these cords back together.
Take everything, and he's an expert, so let him see what he can do.
Okay. My boys should be here within the next half hour. After that, we can just take the skiff over to Reissup's farm.
Jix, Iilys, I am indebted to you both. Hospitality.
Jix will hear none of
Now
this. You are Dolvin's friend. That makes you Jix's friend.
We've brought nothing but trouble at your doorstep since we've arrived now.
Jix grew up in trouble. He is used to it. Jix is used to it.
I'm not. Oh, it's getting used to, I think I'm getting used to it, and it's not.
It is long ride. Jix is still riding it.
You, Jix. Thank you.
But sure enough, like 20, 25 minutes later, you see the lights of the skiff kind of come in. The voice of one of what must be Iilys's family members, as they kind of get out, come over, they help you load up both Eedee himself and the droid body, the 0808. And you see that sitting on the back of this skiff, kind of tied down so that it doesn't fall off, at the legs and at the elbows. It looks like this monstrosity of a harvester droid. It's rectangular, not rectangular, sorry. It's triangular kind of body. It has these heavy looking bipedal legs that could easily kick over a small tree if they were so inclined. The left hand looks to be a typical kind of humanoid five-fingered hand, although you can see what looks to be a hollow cone that kind of protrudes out of the palm for what you imagine must be like digging and planting seeds. The right hand, however, looks to be three scythes, three small scythes, two of which look like they are curved to spin counterclockwise, with the third one being set in the middle and curved to spin clockwise. Uh, but you can see that it looks like a three-fingered hand that can handle things if you're delicate about it. Uh, but Iilys kind of gives his family member orders to kind of drive over to the Hind farm, and you see him kind of start to hollow out whatever's been kept in this droid as kind of storage. And as you're pulling up to the Hind farm, he installs Eedee's cradle into this droid, and there's a moment before one eye lights up, flickers, goes dead. The other eye lights up, flickers, and goes dead, and then both of them kind of come to. The auditory sensors reactivate in Eedee's cradle. The ocular sensors reactivate. You can now see the world again, and you can hear. And there is a heavy, booming voice that comes out of this droid.
Hello,
Eedee?
Captain.
Eedee?
Yes, Captain.
Man, we really need to work on this voice box.
If it is understood, this is not a preferred vessel.
He's the best we can do right now.
I
And
understand.
can we do something about his voice box?
You see, Iilys looks over, just like I said, I don't really understand droids that well, uh, but Reissup might be able to do something about it. I am
Let's see what
This
let's see what else Sub can do.
I am removing the 0808.
Okay, well, hold on. It's not long lasting. Let's just add it to the list. This is not long lasting.
Right, but you're in the H5 body now, so I've given you control of that.
Don't delete my other body.
I'm not deleting any. I still have the ED57 body.
Good.
Right, we'll bring everything. We'll take everything just in case. But yeah, let's get a move on.
Yeah.
You hang in there, buddy.
Wait, hold on.
can you get my lightsaber out of my leg compartment and hold on to it?
I look for his leg. See if I can find that lightsaber.
I mean, you've seen it before. You know where the cradle is for it. It's just trying to get it open.
How do I get it open?
It's a mechanism from the inside. Don't worry, I forgot.
Oh my god, Brawling 6?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I don't lose track of this leg.
Yeah, any skill that has a star by it is something that comes from your original suite. Anything that doesn't have a star by it is something that comes with the body.
It has Harvesting 6. I wonder why.
Yeah. And anything that you've put points into, I've kind of kept at whatever you've spent.
Yeah, like most of it's like all the knowledge stuff is pure like that's in the crystal.
Excuse me. Yep.
Like the knowledge, I would say the knowledge, the technical, and the
No,
maybe like the technical doesn't count as being the crystal. It's per my droids.
it is per your droid, except whatever you've put points into, which is why you still have CPU programming and droid repair at the levels that they've been at.
All right, yeah, I would like to swap back over to my body as soon as possible.
Yeah. Anything that you've put points into, I'm just gonna keep as part of like a suite of like kind of like a hard drive that exists on just your cradle. Everything else is always going to be default back to your whatever droid body you're in.
Okay.
That's why your brawling is now at a 6 die, because this droid's strength is a 6 die.
Okay.
Did you see how much damage your sights do?
8 damage. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you pull up to the Hind farm, and you can see that there are two. The first thing you notice is that it's a nice kind of like quaint one-story house, but there's two large barns. One of them is already opened. The big main doors has already been slid open. You can see what looks to be a workshop in there. There's a bunch of droid parts hanging. There's droids in different states of repair or disrepair. Excuse me. But as they unlatch Eedee's new body, you see that it is slower than molasses.
Boy,
It has a move of 6.
we're gonna need to some upgrades. Spock's speed.
We could also just fix the old body.
We'll see what he can do. He's an expert, Eedee.
I am also an expert.
Yeah, you've also gotten destroyed a bunch of times, and looking like a walking puzzle.
But
The
yeah,
expert handle this.
you walk up and you see Reissup kind of wave his hand. He's got a coffee mug in one hand that's kind of still smoking from the hot liquid. But you see that he kind of sees all of you kind of moving towards him. He looks at the big harvester droid, and then he kind of looks over at Iilys, and the rest of you is like, I thought you had a broken droid for me to look at. What's this one doing here?
Eedee and his family were able to assemble something together, but could really use your expertise.
Yeah,
And
sure. I mean, this thing looks like it's been like this is a custom job. As he looks at the old Eedee body that you're bringing in, he's like, this was not a good craftsmanship, if I can say that out loud.
yeah, you can say that. That's why you're the expert. Look at Eedee.
And look at
expert.
Flid.
That's why he's the. That's why you're the He's the expert.
This this looks like it was done hastily with no care for any of the aesthetics taken into consideration whatsoever.
Or it was done over a period of 3 weeks, but who really knows?
And if this was done over 3 weeks, you need to reclaim whoever you paid for this. Uh, I could do this in a week. But
Can you do right now? It's better than everything right now.
I mean, do you just want me to put the head back on and get it back in working order, or do you want me to actually like, put some TLC into this thing?
I need some TLC. Definitely, he's pretty slow and everything, even his voice.
I mean, this looks like an old manual labor droid.
What's wrong with the voice?
He's. Hey, look to see my. I give him 300 of my credits.
Oh shit!
Leaves me usually I would swindle. This is more important right now.
Man, he looks at the money. He's like, I mean, there's a bunch of after market things here. Like, you see him prodding around on the thigh, and suddenly it pops open, and the lightsaber cradle comes out. And he's just
There
like,
it is.
Thank you. And I go and reach over. Sorry, excuse me, and just grab it.
he steps
You got it,
away.
Eedee.
He steps away from the droid body at that point. And he's just like, "Is that a
It-
lightsaber?"
If you hit the other thigh, there are 300 more credits.
I mean, that's a lot of money, but I don't want to get involved with anything that the Jedi are part of.
I am the Jedi.
He is a Jedi, so you'll be doing him a big favor right now. This is very important.
I mean, the Jedi have been nothing but problems. They've kind of appeared here.
If
Yeah.
it's any consolation, I'm if the Jedi were a Venn diagram, I am on the farthest of the left per my recent interactions with the Republic.
You can
I
check with
don't-
Iilys. You can check with Jix.
I don't know
He's-
what he's saying.
Yeah, don't worry about what he said. He's not like the other Jedis. We're gonna help you guys, all the farmers. You can ask Iilys. You can check with Jix. He's here to help. He's here to actually do what the Jedis are supposed to do, and that's help. The Jedi from the old.
How do I know that you're just not selling me the same propaganda the Republic has been selling?
Check with Jix. Check with Iilys. You know them. You wouldn't be out here with us right now, would they?
How do you know that he hasn't warped your mind to his benefit, or Iilys, or Jix for that matter? They
Been
do
with
that,
this
you know.
droid at
I've s-
Eedee.
I've seen it.
If a Jedi has done that to you, they are breaking a code that they were supposed to honor.
It wasn't done to me. But this, and he kind of points to the left side of his face. This is the result of what happened when it was done.
Do you know the name of the Jedi who did this?
No, I was too busy protecting my wife, my now wife at the time. I didn't have time to ask for names.
Would it be possible to? Is Barnaby with us?
No,
Fuck. Well, of course we left him at the house.
he stayed with Jix and the girls.
To protect
I
the
want
girls.
to. I want to. Is it all right? So all right. Here's what I'm trying to do. I want to show the hollow projection that popped up the day before, like the news announcement. I just to like run like Crow by him or Silas's sister.
By Reissup?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be like, yeah, I saw the announcement. Nobody could have missed that. That's the Republic subverting all of our, free time for their benefit.
That goes against the people's will and goes against their rights of ownership to the planet and the system. If the Republic is unwanted, they should not be interfering, nor should the Jedi be interfering with the people's business unless asked.
You see him lean up against the table that they put the 0808 body, and he's like, the Iilys talked you into his whole grand scheme of of looking for the beacon, huh? You
Gonna
got
find it.
you drank the Kool-Aid?
It is possible, but I will need to be able to move quickly around the ship.
Got. We'll give you. You got 600 credits. A possible start to a fresh future. We're here to make things right. The Republic has to go down. Republic has taken enough from each and every one of us and everybody else in this galaxy.
You see him
Each of
pull
us has
some.
lost a piece or something or someone.
He pulls some
Someone.
tools, and he brings them over, and he's just like, "Look, I'll happily fix this head. It's not a difficult fix, but this, and I please keep in mind that I'm saying with all due respect, this is filth on two legs. I've seen better droids out in my field than I've seen here.
I did my best.
Uh, like if this has been given to you by the Republic, I understand why they gave you such trite secondhand items. But if you can come back with something of trade or value, you see him kind of go over and he pushes aside some of the hanging droid bodies that are there. You can see a casket and he wheels it out. It's on this old pre-repulsor lift kind of technology. Excuse me. The wheels squeak as he brings it out, and you see him put in a code. Nothing happens, and he goes over and he connects it to a generator. And after a moment, the keypad lights up, and he looks over at you. He's like, "I forget this is an old piece of equipment." He puts in the code again, and there's kind of shish as the lid starts to open, and you can see this kind of slight mist come out from uh, the cold temperature that must have existed in this thing. And as he slides the lid open, you can see in the fetal position is what looks to be an old droid body. Eedee recognizes it from his time in the libraries.
Wait, what is it?
It is an old Sith hunter killer droid.
Oh! I can do a quick Google.
They were used to hunt and kill Jedi.
Oh, this is HK-47.
Yes. Yes.
So what you're saying is
What do you want for it?
I mean, this is an old and still, I would say, could give anything in this shop, let alone anything that the Republic has on that base, a run for its money. And you see
It
him,
absolutely can.
he just closes the lid and disconnects it from the generator.
Oh, I just want to stop him. I just want to stop him. Just like,
So-
hold on.
So 600 credits is not worth.
No, this is an artifact from a different age.
That is
Be doing your farmers and the people of this planet and the galaxy a big favor and servitude if we can stop what's going on here with the Republic, especially.
I also need to know that you're gonna fulfill your promises. It's easy to come in here and just tell me that you're gonna do something and then run off with an antiquated piece of what could be the most dangerous droid body in the galaxy.
oh, it
Look.
is
The only place we're running off to get that beacon. Can't do it in this condition, as you said, this craftsmanship, and I just bang on his body.
Yeah.
This can get the job done. You, my friend, are doing a great service, but we need this right now. We are already. Oh man, everything's just falling apart, just like Eedee's body, and I hit it again.
He slides the kind of coffin back to where it belongs, and he comes over, and you see after like a good, just quick 5-10 minutes of work, he's already reattached the battle droid head back to the original body. He's just like,
Oh, it is the other head to the battle droid body.
yeah, the other head to the battle droid
Let's
body.
get it right.
Sorry. It's such a Frankenstein that I don't even know where
I love
things
the
go.
Frankenstein. Wait till we share it on stream because I this is beautiful.
Is not. But he fixes the head, and he comes over. He removes the cradle very carefully, puts it into the droid. And sure enough, all of your 0808 stuff comes back. So let me give you 08 back. Since you don't want to hang out in this fucking harvester body.
The harvester body's nice, but the other one has a lot more of the things that I'm accustomed to.
Sure.
I'm just saying, just leave the other bodies there because I'm gonna try and walk away with this harvester body.
You could try. That's the operative word there. But there. 0808 should be back.
Hello.
Remember you're
Hello.
you're Irish.
Hello.
Yep. There it is.
Would you be able to just quickly patch up the holes on my face?
I mean, I would have to put out some actual metal to that shape. And if
I look at the harvester droid.
and if y'all are in a hurry as you said you are, I don't know if you got that kind of time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we gotta
will
get this.
say that the HK model that you have, there are a lot of things that I would do for it in order to help us accomplish our goals for this week. One of them being making sure that the newly appointed senator sees a fate one should not.
I don't know what you're saying, but I can tell you that that thing in that box was not something that I just found. It's been handed down, meant for something greater than what it was used for before.
If we find the beacon, would that be more of a willing trade?
I mean, it'd be a start, yeah.
Well, I put my right hand out. I can agree to that.
You see him reach out, and he just touches the actual shard.
That's kind of invasive.
I thought we covered that. So it's like a door now.
Yeah.
I closed my door.
Yeah.
Chewy, how do you pronounce his name? Eris?
Reissup?
Reissup.
Yeah.
And I go over to Reissup with my head down. Reissup, just want to apologize for my outbursts and attitude towards you.
I understand. Trust me, I understand. And as he says that, the door to his house opens, and you see a pregnant human woman come out with what looks to be a small kind of bento box of food. She is modestly beautiful, in a very homely way. No makeup, kind of dark walnut hair, light eyes as she comes into the light. Uh, and you see her kind of like just nod at everybody. She's just like, Iilys, it's good to see you. Uh, this is for you, love. And she kind of gives it to Reissup, who takes it happily and kind of gives her a kiss on the forehead.
Eedee has been there this whole time, and he just stood quiet and not like justify our actions.
That's, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I thought he was not there this whole time because I kept saying, "Ask Eedee, ask Jigs."
Yeah.
Nothing, nothing.
No.
I see this and I just try to wipe a tear from my eye. It reminds me of a wife,
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. But there's a little moment, and as she starts to walk away, he kind of holds her hand. Uh, and you can see that there is a love there, a deep love, and she kind of smiles as she reaches down and kisses his hand, and then kind of walks back over to the farmhouse.
Want to use Farseeing on their baby. My new thing. I want to see the future of babies.
You just want to see all the baby's futures?
All of them. That's my new thing. Every time you introduce a baby, expect me to do Farseeing.
All right. All right. Now I know not to introduce babies anymore. Let's have you. Oh, good. You did all three of them already?
What? 8 of 4 plus 5 is 9.
No, they're individual rolls. They're not added together.
So it's not added together? Okay.
No. They each have their own difficulty.
Okay.
So you reach out with the force, trying to narrow down on this one child, and there's a turbulence of a storm that just has encompassed this entire vision of yours. You see what looks to be the shape of Dr. Shakti. You can see what looks to be Jix. There's a silhouette of what has to be Silas. But otherwise, you just kind of hear this one kind of voice that you recognize as uh as being Flid's, and you just see the silhouette kind of stumbles into the frame of your vision, falls down onto a knee, and you just hear him just, just keep running. Just keep running. And then the silhouette of Flid falls and the vision fades. But Reissup kind of looks over at the group and he's just like, "Look, I've dealt with his kind before. I understand what the body means to someone like it. Sorry. Uh,
You have?
yeah.
How, who? This is rare.
I mean, maybe to you, but I'm the first generation of my family to live here. I decided to move out here, get away from everything.
Where were you before?
Moving around, uh, trying to find my roots, trying to find wherever I belong. Always had a knack for dealing with droids. So I figured I'd sign up for this, you know, expedition out to this far off land that required engineers and stuff, and I was not prepared for what I saw.
What is happening there?
I mean, there's activism going on your world. Um, you're one of the few crystals I've actually seen out this far. Uh, there was one that I kind of helped get off world, and she was. I mean, I use she because that's how she felt uh, whenever she was kind of speaking. Uh, but she and I parted ways once I met my wife.
Interesting. It, do you know if she is still on planet?
Oh no, she's not. She's not here in the system.
Oh,
I left her off in the outer rim. Excuse me. He's like, I believe, yeah, yeah. I left her on Tatooine. Her name is Lucid.
what was the name?
Lucid.
It's another one of his kind.
Yeah, yeah. She she said that she always had a calling to go there. It's driven by visions when suns. I told her there were other binary systems out there, but
Visions.
Mhm.
That is that is not normal for my kind. Un was she Hmm. Interesting. Captain,
Yes.
we may need to go to Tatooine when this is all done.
Got it, Eedee.
Thank you.
Tuin would be on our destination once everything is done.
We need to go buy a
Vector beam.
yes.
It's been a great help. We back that beacon.
he gives you back. Um, he gives you back 400, the 600 you gave him. And she's like, I don't need more than more than whatever this will cost me.
No, and I pull back with my hand out. They're expecting child.
Yeah, but I got a farm. I got droids tending it.
A gift. Consider it a gift for the little one then. Know know what joys child can bring to a home.
You sound like you're a father.
A good one.
I could see it.
I don't know if I was a good one. Just walk away.
You just hear him. Yeah, you can leave this one here with me. I'll put in a new energy core so you can move on into the zone, and I'll send them over to your farm. Excuse me. And Iilys kind of nods. He's like, "You read on my mind. Thank you. If you need any help, you know that I have a Kluntok who is expecting." And he's like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to deal with livestock. I'm a horticulturist. Iilys, you know that. Made my wife a promise that I would never take up another weapon. So I gotta give her as many flowers as I can for the rest of her life." And he kind of Iilys puts his hand on his shoulder. He's just like, "You're a good man, Reissup. This is why I keep coming to you." And Reissup's like, "I'm the only one that can fix your stupid droid. That's why you keep coming to me."
I have a question.
Iilys kind of laughs. He's like, "Both are true. One does not take away from the other. Have a good day, Reissup." And he walks over. He kind of taps Eedee's chassis. He's like, "Come on, Jedi. We have work to do. You need to get your lightsaber back from your friend."
I do. And I run after Flid.
What was your question?
I was gonna ask, with like, with any of the force powers that I have, could I accelerate like the budding process of a flower? Like, could I get his flower? Like, if he had flower fields, could I get them to bloom faster?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah,
I don't think you have the force powers for it, but yeah, you can do it.
I didn't think I did, but it is a thing that could happen.
Mhm.
Okay, something to keep in mind. Okay,
Yep.
Flid. Oh, I'm sorry, Flid.
There it is.
Can I have my lightsaber?
I take it out. You go, Eedee.
Back in my pocket.
You must-
Also, how do you want to split up the? Oh no, he kept all of the credits for it.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
I hope you don't mind, Dee, that I give him your credits.
No, we just now have no credits for the tractor beam.
I have 95 credits left over.
What a
95.
shiesty captain.
I don't think a tractor beam costs 95 credits.
I'll think of something.
You guys get back on Jix's skiff, and he makes back for Iilys's skiff, and he makes back for Jix's farm. And as you get over there, you notice that Jix has brought the Zatsek over, and it's kind
So
of
sweet.
yeah, and it's kind of parked out closer to the thing, and you see that the repulsor lift engines are kicking. There's no landing gear, and it's just kind of like hovering there. And Jix is kind of standing at the landing ramp with radio. He just yells
Right.
out as you guys kind of drop out. He's just like, "Dolvin has messed with Jix's settings."
Maybe. I think.
How?
Come along, Jix will take you to the Republic base. And you see him kind of go in, and you just see radio just stays there.
Look for Barnaby.
Yeah, he's there with radio.
Radio.
He just eyeballs you, like his little
Look ar-
little ocular cavity just follows you.
Pleasure seeing you again as well.
Look around before I get on the ship. Look around the landscape and all that. Maybe, I don't know why. Hope maybe slight chance see Silas, like one of those, like, hoping that he might be out there somewhere, but no,
I was
he's
actually
not.
just about to ask about that. Could I do a life sense to find Silas?
You could try. Let me see how far.
Yeah.
My
And like if I were to
sense goes
bump
out.
like a force point into it, would I be able to go farther with it?
Oh, now you're speaking the crazy language.
Gotta be crazy. I gotta save my buddy from the dark side.
Well, we are so split up right now. It's not even funny.
We're super split up and we're poor.
You have no
'Cause
credit. I got
we're-
90.
We're poor because we were trying to see if we could good feels a farmer into giving us his hunter droid.
And then I got suckered into the whole family thing because, why not?
We should have killed him.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, dude. What is wrong with this crew going to the dark side?
I'm just thinking about it. We should have killed him. We should have killed him.
Killed
And then
who?
just taken the droid.
Oh no, man. He has a wife. She's expecting child.
Yeah, I know, but like then we
Would
would have had a
you-
droid.
Would you say that Silas is a close friend, a friend, or an acquaintance?
Friend.
You think he's a friend?
Yeah, I think everyone on the crew is a close friend of his.
Oh, close friend.
I mean, all right, I guess friend, and then
Look at
the
Eedee.
I
Just gave up 300 credits, man.
as of right now, I would say close friends are Flid and the Doctor, and then Silas is like, no,
He's
No.
always, he always shoots you.
no, I don't know, because like we've bonded like over the last like bits.
We've been bonding a lot lately.
Yeah, we've
this
been
whole
bonding.
crew has been bonding.
I'd say close friends.
Okay. So it's only a +2 to your difficulty. You're not touching. You're not in line of sight, but not touching. You're not in line of sight or within 100 meters of him. You're not 10 kilometers away from him. Okay, so you're within 1,000 kilometers of him. That's another +10 to your difficulty. So that's +12 total to your difficulty.
So I have to beat a 12.
No, you've got to beat at least
That should be good.
an 18.
Gosh.
How many?
Yo, you can do this, all right?
How many force points can I use at any given time?
1. And they must be declared before the roll.
All right, I'm about to use a force point.
Okay. Remember, if you use a force point, you can't use character
Yeah.
points.
I know. No, I know.
Okay.
So what? I modify my control. I do control.
Sense.
Okay,
It's
so
sense.
it sense. Yes, they're all the same.
So just
So I
double
click sense.
double your dice pool.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't even double the dice pool yet. So hold on.
Oh, okay. That's good.
No.
15.
So do I double the pip as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Once that
wait,
exploded.
don't double it. Just roll it
Yeah.
again
Okay.
because you didn't double it before.
So that's 20.
That's 20.
You
Which
need to get what? 18, right?
18.
18, yeah.
I know where he is, motherfuckers.
Yep.
He's on the ship. What?
That motherfucker goes to Ike's friend and our fan of the show, where we don't curse in Star Wars.
That's right. Just ruined his immersion.
I know. It's so bad.
It feels like you can sense him just barely on the reaches of your stretched out kind of limits, and you can see that you can sense that there's a turmoil within him. Somebody else is in control of him right now, so much so that he's questioning where he's going. He's questioning what's happening to him. And the one thing that kind of surprises you is that his presence is slowly but steadily rising. And it comes to you that he's on a ship. He's going off-world.
What? We're in a star. What? We're in a transport.
Yeah, space transport. Yeah.
Damn it! I have starfighter piloting. Um. Can I hold on to that?
You can keep the power up for as long as he
All right.
stays within that kind of distance.
I know where Silas is.
You mean
You feel the ship rock as Jix takes off for the Republic base.
I point in the direction of where he is. Go this way, quickly.
That is not the way to the Republic base.
It is where my friend is.
just do what he says? We're gonna get Silas.
That is the swamplands. Jix will not fly over the swamplands.
Please. He may be hurt.
Friend of ours, family to this crew.
Jix understands.
It's also very close to Marcoon.
And you see the ship slowly start to tilt in that direction. And he starts to climb.
Sorry, Jix. If anybody knows the meaning of crew, ship, and family, it would be you.
Jix thinks this is dangerous, but he understands friendship. Jix understands friendship.
Thank you, Jix. Hey, what else
Excuse me.
do you know?
He is in pain. He is not himself.
Never did find out what happened last night. What happened? Got caught up with your body, tractor beam, and now Silas. But now, it happened last night. Woke up, Silas was gone. You were ripped to shreds.
There was a humanoid in the basement.
I look at
Broad-shouldered, soft tendrils on his hand and face,
Jake's. Does that ring a bell?
and with a sadistic glee, he cut me off from the force
Jix does not.
and
Jix has never
removed
seen
my
this.
housing.
Jix has never seen this. This is new to Jix.
Wouldn't your system go off? Did someone get on your land, on your house?
You know what?
Jix's sensors work with heat. This is true.
I saw him on my infrared.
Maybe he was there.
Barnaby.
Barnaby, what happened? Can you pull up?
Barnaby shows
Recording.
you the recording of what happened in the evening, and you can see that there is literally nothing in front of him except him and Eedee kind of like looking at each other, and then there's a moment where Barnaby kind of shakes out of it, and then you just see the head just kind of like being pulled off by nothing, and then the body's kind of tossed to one side, the door's forcibly pushed open, and the crystal looks like it's being ripped out by like an invisible gorilla.
I've done this.
And then you see Barnaby kind of go over to the crystal, get in front of it, and just kind of like you see his little hand kind of swiping away at whatever he thinks is there. And then you see kind of Silas convulse on his cot. Excuse me. And then there's a moment where he stretches out his limbs in every direction, almost like the Vitruvian Man from Leonardo da Vinci. And there's just this kind of silent scream that his mouth opens up to deliver, and then his body slumps, and slowly pulls itself up onto its feet, and it crawls over Eedee and Barnaby, and just kind of, you see, as it steps towards the stairs itself, it just starts to hover away. Like it doesn't even use, like Silas doesn't even use the stairs. He just kind of floats upward. And as he kind of goes out into the night, you can hear the alarms going off of the motion sensors outside. And as that happens, can you, Flid, give me a willpower roll or a perception roll, whichever is greater for you?
Willpower will be under where?
Under knowledge?
Yeah, I don't have willpower, so I guess what was it? Perception?
It'll either, yeah, then it'll default to either knowledge itself or perception, whichever you want to use.
Oh no, perception is higher.
Sure. Okay, nice. You can feel as the video comes to an end, Eedee feels that there's been a tug on the force coming from the direction of where Silas is. And there's a moment where, Flid, you feel this coldness lash out at you. And for a very brief moment, excuse me, for a very brief moment, almost instantly, you can feel the kind of like fingers wrap around your heart in your chest and squeeze. And there's a moment where you just kind of fall back onto your back and just slide down, holding your chest. You are at wounded 1.
What?
Yeah.
What was it? I rolled a 16.
Yeah, and that's what saved you from dying.
Wait, hold on, dude.
It was a 17 to be sad. Instead, you're
No.
now heartbroken.
No.
Yo, wow. So
I
what
rolled,
do I do?
I rolled 26 to use this
Jesus
power.
Christ.
Gosh, yo. So where health? What is it?
Yeah, so you go to your health, and it'll tell you the drop-down menu on wounded level. So you can just go to the wounded ones.
Wounded.
Yeah, top
Did
wounded.
once. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. But you feel that after that brief instant, your heart kind of stops. You can feel that nothing is being pumped through the rest of your veins. Your extremities kind of start to go cold, and you can see the vision become blurry, and then it just kind of everything kicks back, and you can feel your heart start to pump again.
I can speak.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Eedee. Eedee.
Yes.
I don't feel so good. You
Sit.
feel that?
No. Just stay sitting down. We are getting closer to Silas.
I wish Dr. Shakti was here right now.
Right?
My heart.
You see,
How do I feel?
you feel like you have just skirted death. Excuse me. Like for a moment, there was an almost compliance to give in just because you knew that would put you back together with your boys. There was a thought for a fleeting moment. You were like, I mean, at least there's one good thing to come out of this. And then the second that happened, the hand relinquished, and you notice that the ship starts to turn downwards, and you can see that Jix is slumped in the seat.
Jix. He got check on Jix.
He's not breathing.
Accelerate others' healing.
We're gonna die.
Is that an option?
That's usually an option for when somebody is healing naturally. It doesn't outright
I
save them.
What did Katie do to bring? What did? Do I even have medicine?
If you had
I
restore another to consciousness, you could make another medicine check. There are options.
I don't have restore another to consciousness.
Okay.
I also I don't have medicine.
hold on.
Do
I have
you
first aid. I have first aid. I have first aid.
hold on? Do you have what requirements you would need for restore another to consciousness? Could you spontaneously develop it in the heat of passion as you are about to
Oh.
die?
God, I hope so.
Return another to consciousness. Requires powers remain conscious and control pain.
No.
Okay.
Am I able to walk and still am I functionable?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
am I okay?
It hurts to
Get
walk.
up.
It hurts to kind of like put any pressure on any of your body because it feels like they haven't gotten blood for like a good few minutes, even though that was like an instantaneous kind of thing to you.
Eedee, control of the ship. Oh, I'll take a look at Jix, and I
I
slowly make
don't
my way
know
forward.
how to fly.
Radio, radio, get control of the ship.
Radio just zooms into the room, knocking past Eedee, like a high school jock trying to shoulder check a nerd in the hallways.
I'm gonna tell him where we're going. I'm gonna keep it on that direction then.
And you just see he rushes over and interfaces with the console, and as you are careening down towards the tree line, there is at the last moment this upward hook that the ship takes. So
Take off my beanie.
who's rolling first aid for
Fucking Flid.
Jix?
I will.
Alright.
I learned a couple things here and there from my wife.
Yeah. Not even
See if
Dr.
it comes in
Shakti.
handy. Yeah, nothing. I learned nothing from my wife.
Oh, he's dead.
5.
All right, it was good knowing him. I guess.
Wait. Can I use? Hold on, man, because I
You
got
got-
points that I've never used.
You got
My character
points.
point.
You got character points. You can use up to 2 character points to modify this roll.
Right. So I will use 2 character points. Brings me down to 80. And what do I do?
There is a button on your character sheet.
Oh, character point rolls.
Yep.
Twice, 2 rolls, right?
Yep.
Submit. So that's a total of 10.
Total of 10.
Okay. I gotta start using these character points.
Yep. It takes you a moment. You are hesitant about removing his breathe mask because you don't know how the atmosphere is gonna affect him. But you go into like your standard kind of CPR, other kind of like the hand movements, the compression and things like that. And after a
Can I roll for
grueling,
aliens?
no, you're fine with the first aid. After a grueling kind of few minutes, you can hear him start to cough as he comes to.
Jix, buddy, you okay?
Jix had died.
That makes 2 of us.
Jix saw Dolvin.
Oh.
Jix's heart was happy for a moment.
I hug Jix.
There's a moment as radio suddenly starts to beep loudly, and then you see a short circuit kind of push him away from the console, and you hear that ooh,
Gosh.
and then you just see the ship jump to hyperspace.
Ship.
Yeah.
I stopped. Oh my god.
What is going on?
And there is a moment where your ship drops out of hyperspace, and you see the familiar kind of stormy planet of Norris. And you just see Jix kind of look out the window. We have micro jumped. This is not what Jix had planned.
This is not what any of us. Where?
He got away. Wonderful.
And as you come out of the micro jump, he is beyond your range and you've lost sense of him.
Some
Jix kind of sits there on the floor. He's just like, Jix is fine here on the floor. This feels comfortable.
I sit down next to him. Yeah, you're right.
Jix has no desire to fly the ship anymore.
Where are we?
This is distressing.
I know where we're at.
Yeah, you are right by the planet where Priss and the Fane's Rise kind of called out to you.
They had a
Tractor beam.
tractor beam.
We're in no position to hijack a pirate
Don't-
ship right now.
Want to just hijack a pirate ship?
Yeah, I'm practically almost. I almost died. Jix is almost. Yeah, we're in no condition right now to fight any pirates.
Let's God, man. Let's go back, I guess.
Dude, what happened?
How big is the beacon?
Jix heard Iilys say it was the size of room.
This is true.
Jix has little hands. Jix cannot help.
What do we do now? Feel, man, everything I do as a captain.
He slowly climbs back into the captain's chair and he starts to just kind of veer the ship back towards the planet.
What to do?
We head back.
You can't get a read on Silas anymore, huh?
He is now gone.
Go find him, Eedee. You have
I
to.
hope so.
Silas will want
I-
us. Silas will want us to continue on the mission. Let's get this tractor beam.
There's
Get this
another
beacon.
there's another little micro jump as he goes back towards Buntal 6. And you see him kind of radio in that he's going to be landing at the Republic base. Excuse me. As you come in to the landing pad that they tell you to go towards, you can see that it's just a large kind of communal pad for several ships. And one of the few things that gets your attention as you're coming in for a landing is that there's 2 Aether sprites on the landing pad.
Flying Aether Sprite. Wait, that means they're here.
Wait, that means they're early. Or how
They're
long were
early.
we out there?
Not long. We were probably gone for like an hour.
At most.
Jix,
Yes?
can you land us far from those Aether Sprites?
Jix was told to land. And he kind of points. That's as
In
that's as far
between.
that's as far as Jix can go.
Whatever we are allowed to do.
Yeah. But he lands and he kind of straightens himself out. You see him kind of hobbling towards the elevator. That was new to Jix. Jix is still getting the hang of being alive again.
I am glad you are not dead.
Jix is
Same
glad as
here.
well. You hear radio kind of beep and boop as the elevator's door closes and you descend.
What's he say?
He says that the two of the wrong people were chosen to die. In his opinion.
Two of the wrong.
Oh
people.
God! Wow. In other words, yeah, it should have been you, Eedee.
Oh, I'm
N-
so
n-
tempted to just turn him off again.
That Jix or myself.
Yep.
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
But yeah, you guys descend the ramp and you can see that there's an engineer out there already waiting and kind of looks over. He's like, well, I'll be Jix. I thought you were gonna die on your farm alone and unhappy. And Jix kind of nods and rushes over and gives him a hug. Jix thought so too. Jix's plans have changed. Kind of motions to the two of you. He's like, these are Jix's friends. This one is Flid. That one is Eedee.
Ooh.
Who do we have the pleasure of meeting?
He's like, Jix needs one of those extra tractor beams you were talking about. And he looks down at him. He's like, Jix, that was like a year ago. I don't know if I have any extra right now to spare.
It is important.
You made Jix a promise. Promises to Jix are kept. And he's like, no, I understand, Jix. I know. I promised you a tractor beam, but that was again a year ago when I had tractor beams to spare. I don't exactly have them, growing on trees. Like, Jix understands how hyperdrives work, or how tractor beams works. Jix understands they don't grow on trees.
Like Jix.
And then there's a very soft female that kind of comes up behind the engineer, and she looks very familiar to all of you. Especially to Eedee, as she is wearing the Jedi robes and she does have her lightsaber at her belt. And she just very softly, is there an issue here, Edmund? Can I help you? I sense that there is agitation on the rise. He kind of like shakes his head. And Jix kind of like, Jix was promised a tractor beam. Jix requires tractor beam. And she bends down, or she kind of like drops down to one knee to kind of like look at Jix eye level. And she's just like, well, if it's to be believed that what Edmund says is that there are no tractor beams, no extra tractor beams to just give away. What is it that you need this for, if I may ask? And Jix kind of turns around, look at the two of you.
Look at Flid.
You need the track beam to pick up some cargo. We were
Not a
tasked
lot.
of retrieving.
This is true. He's 100% accurate.
If this is all there is
that-
to it, then I'm sure that the Republic will happily grant you the use of one of their ships then that is equipped with a tractor beam.
That
Is there any way we can get the tractor beam and put it in our ship? Because
in the event of us dying, I feel as though it would be better in our own ship.
apparently the cargo's pretty dangerous. The captain must go down with his ship.
It is also as large as a house. Room, house, room.
She kind of looks at your ship. She's like, then where are you going to fit the tractor beam and the cargo? Your ship barely looks capable of holding. She kind of calculates more than 100 metric tons, it looked like, maybe 200.
Six had it all worked out.
Captain, did we think this through? Captain?
Six had everything planned and everything should work accordingly.
You
Knows
can,
this ship better than anybody.
Eedee, you feel her suddenly pulse with the force.
You probing me? Why are you oh, wait, hold up. Was she? I counteract? I want to counterspell her probe.
You can make it harder. Roll your control.
20! What is that?
From two
Six,
dice?
Six, six, six,
What?
six plus 2. 666 plus 2. As the kids say on Twitch, let's go!
24.
Let's go!
Okay.
She ain't feeling anything.
Yeah.
This is the dead midichlorian space right now.
Yeah. So you
Uh-oh.
feel her stretch out, and she kind of
I'm exhausted.
yeah. She reaches out and she kind of looks over. She's like, you have the logic of somebody that is trained at the Jedi Academy. I commend you for that.
Thank you. I owe everything to the great programmer.
And you see her, let me see what ships are available that you can use. And she gets on her commune and she's just like, Master Crow, I have an interesting group here that requires a ship. Could you assist me on landing pad Alpha? And you hear the voice come back. I'll be there right away.
Wait a minute. We've dealt with bro before.
No, we have not.
Yeah, we have.
We've heard his
He-
voice.
No, I think didn't he help us at the beginning when
Technically.
we got attacked?
Technically.
Yeah.
He showed up very briefly, and I think it was to collect me.
Yeah. And we hyperdrived out of there.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Micro jumped. Great. It's not nothing's been going according to plan.
No, not at all. You almost died. Remember when that happened?
What's that, sister? It's not good.
Yeah, but you see her walk past you onto the landing ramp, and before she gets onto the ship, she kind of looks over at Jix and she's like, "May I?" And he nods. Jix is happy to have you inspect his ship. And she kind of steps in. She starts looking around the cargo bay. What do the two of you want to do while she's doing that?
I want to steal from Kyber Crystal.
Please don't do that.
I know. I'm not going to.
I just stay there by the entrance of the ship.
I am being the most droid I could possibly be.
After a few minutes, she comes out, and she kind of looks, and she's like, "I mean, it's possible to put in a small scale tractor beam here," and she kind of points to a central area. Uh,
I think that's more or less what Jigs had told us.
I mean, that would require precise calculations. I'm assuming that that's what you're for. And she kind of looks at Eedee.
Yes.
What kind of processor do you have?
I'm gonna do a.
A bluff check?
I was gonna say, could. All right, roll with me here.
Sure.
Droid programming just to know what the original processor was.
Ooh. Okay.
31. So I'm gonna get that character point back.
A force point.
I mean that force point.
She looks at you. She's just like, that's an old model. Wouldn't you overclock your systems? Trying to
I will
maneuver.
do what I need to do to help the captain.
He's incapable of it. Droid has been through so much, and I tap on his.
My battle droid chest.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I can see that since he's like an amalgam of different droids.
Yeah, I probably should not have done that either, but probably would have
I
fallen
am
apart.
the,
But
I am the most beautiful I have ever been. Right, Captain?
sure.
She looks at you. She's like, I hate to have laid eyes on the previous model. Then I must have been monstrous.
As much as the voice.
For a Jedi, you are rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were programmed with a sensitivity chip.
Yeah.
And his mere acknowledgement.
Most calculating droids don't get their sensitivity chips turned on.
And most planets don't recognize droids as sentient creatures. However, Naboo does.
I mean, you're not sentient creatures.
I wish I was on Naboo.
And you see her give you a paradox designed to kind of shut down droids.
Oh, what's the paradox?
I mean, for ease of purposes, we can just say it's the equivalency of the ship of Theseus. You know, the broom with its pieces being replaced. This is still a broom. And she kind of looks at you after you discuss it with her, and she's just like, "You're not a regular droid."
Some would say, like the ship. Am I the original droid or just a compartmentalization of upgrades?
I mean, it's the latter. We can see it. You're not the original droid.
Or am I neither? Am I a new droid or seen as the original firmware still exists within me?
She looks at Flid.
Do I?
She's like, can I see what kind of operating system you have in there? Like, can I?
No. But you are more than welcome to play chess with me.
I mean, it's your droid. You have final say over whether or not.
No, it's a total mess in there. I mean, I'd rather you not, to be honest. Wouldn't, yeah, no, it's nothing really good to look at. I mean, you see how stubborn he is already. Sometimes he gets out of line, but it sometimes gets lonely on the ship. So that's why I never turned off his sensitivity chip, because Always good to have somebody to be able to talk to.
And your chess has only not improved.
And there's also that.
At this point, you
Uh,
hear, what is it that I'm looking at right here? And he kind of looks over at Dolvin, at Jix, looks over at Eedee, looks over at Flid. Who's the captain of this vessel?
I am, and I raise my hand.
Jix
He
also
wanted to
raises
go.
his hand.
He wanted to go inside.
Jix is the captain of the ship.
I'm the captain of the ship.
And he kind of like puts his hand on his waist. It kind of pulls the cloak back a little bit. It's like, all right, well, whichever one of you has the identification ship is gonna be definitely the captain. So let's have them. Let's put this to rest then, before we have a mutiny on our hands.
No mutiny. Co-captain. Both of us are captains. Ed,
You give him the
Tony.
identification chip.
I hand it to him.
You see him scan it, and as it's done scanning, he hands it back to you. He's like, "All right, this is the Zatzek, Captain Buff Flid Grilled from Sullust. Is that right?" He kind of looks
Sir.
at Jix. He's like, "Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't look like a Sullustan. So I'm gonna defer to him moving forward, if that's all right with you, Captain. How can we help you here at the Republic?"
Day, sir. We would like to have a tractor beam installed on our ship. A precious cargo we must retrieve that we were tasked with, which is why we need a tractor beam.
Eedee,
Been over it.
you can feel Doman reaching out with the Force.
Let's go. Let's go. One more time. I got this.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, wait, that's never mind.
Okay. You're gonna add 6 to his difficulty? That's cool.
I think he knows. Hey,
Uh,
hey,
wait.
Ike. Hey, Ike. Hey, Ike.
Yeah.
I think he knows.
Really? You think?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even force sensitive, and Flid knows this. Didn't need to use the force.
He looks at Flid and he's just like, I can sense that there's an apprehension about you, and I want you to understand that we're not here to judge whatever you need this for. And then he kind of turns over to Eedee and he's just like, and you, it is a pleasure to finally see you face to face. Last time, I think the two of us had a very difficult situation between the two of us to make this meeting come to fruition. But if you'd like, I would love to sit down and talk to you now.
Master
If
Crow.
you would follow me. And he's like, after a moment, there's a moment, and you can feel him again kind of reaching out. And he's just like, you call yourself Eedee, yes?
I do.
Yeah.
I was having fun with your Padawan.
Yeah. You've proven that she needs more time in the libraries, is all you've proven.
Everyone needs more time in the libraries.
Mm. He looks over at you. He's like, "You're in remarkable shape for being your age, if I remember my studies correctly."
150 years is not long for me.
Now, I meant you are not breaking out of your chassis, as it were. I heard your race kind of keeps growing.
Oh, yes, there was an issue of some kind.
Hmm. I look forward
But
to
nevertheless,
hearing about it.
we cannot discuss right now. We need a tractor beam. However, once this matter is fixed, I am more than willing to sit down with you, Master Crow.
You misunderstand my invitation, Padawan. As someone who was closely in contact with Master Jethrak Kiln, I need you to answer some things that have been lingering in the archives, as it were.
He is dead, no?
He is, yes. But my master, Master Plo Dolo, he had interactions with Master Kiln's son that have left him a little worse for wear. It's not something I like to talk about in the open, as it were. I can leave my apprentice here with your associates to handle the situation. I believe that any ship small enough to not need a tractor beam can be commandeered for whatever they need. And she kind of bows to him. Of course, Master. I'll get right on that.
Flid.
For all due respect, sir, we're on a time schedule for this task, and he's a part of my crew. I need him for the task at hand.
It is a life debt sort of thing, similar to the Wookiees.
Let me have Flid roll either knowledge or perception.
That he's gonna just lightsaber chop us all in half.
No.
So perception is.
Yeah.
And I will use 2 character points, right?
God, please,
Sure.
please, roll double sixes.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
So 16 total. Thank you.
Worth a shot.
Yeah. See if that helps. All right, so that's the 16.
Will said, "I'm gonna split you guys up."
Okay.
I should have rolled persuasion.
So he kind of takes a step towards you, Flid, and you see him just put his hands together in front of him, and he's just like, all I need is a few moments of your associate's time. I think you can see the benefit in that. And before you even get a chance to think about it, you hear yourself just kind of repeating, yeah, all you need is a few moments of my associate's time. I think that's
No. Can I?
No, he
can I-
did.
Can I feel
Oh,
that?
Did
Can I feel what you just
Jedi-
did?
Yeah.
Jedi mind tricked me?
Yeah.
Do I feel him doing that?
Yep. He's pulling on the force.
Master Crow,
Padawan.
I apologize, but what you have done has gone against the creed of old.
I don't think it
My-
has.
My friend Flid here has done nothing wrong for you to manipulate his own thoughts against him.
You hear Flid. No, it's okay. You can go talk to him. I think it's best
You
if
are
you go
not.
talk to him.
You are not yourself, Flid.
And
Master Crow,
the crew.
this is not what I was taught.
Padawan, your friend has allowed you to speak to me. I think it's in your
I am
best.
aware of what you have done, sir.
I like that you got Southern too. I think it's in your best interest if you would take a few moments to sit down and talk to us about what happened between you and Jethrak Kiln so long ago.
I can easily say that here.
Yeah.
Actually, the memory is still on this head's hard drive. I can show you.
Oh, good. Come along so we can have some
press play.
recorders.
I press play.
At that point,
Just the image of me getting blasted out.
yeah. At that point, he kind of
don't
like,
go anywhere.
yeah. He looks at you. He looks at his student. She nods, and you can feel the whole body being picked up Right.
Um,
We'll do this the hard way then.
I don't know. Are we on? What are we on? Asphalt? Are we on a metal landing pad?
You are on a metal landing pad, yeah.
And I turn my magnetic feet on.
Sure. You can feel the attraction start to pull up, and then you can just feel the pull on the force just kind of keeping you up, and then he just flips you upside down.
I have rights.
And you see as he walks by some engineers, he's like, I gotta take this droid to get looked at.
I'm dead.
It thinks it
dead.
has rights. And as
All right, I'm gonna turn the closest ship's hyperdrive on. Yeah, I don't mess with the Jedi.
that would probably be one of their Aether sprites.
Cool, that's a 25.
Yeah, you see it just suddenly come to life and skyrocket into a mountain. And the mountain by the base just explodes as this ship just crashes in and its core reaches critical. And you can just see him start running towards the base. We're under attack. Everybody to your positions. They must know that Rames is on his route. But you see him still carrying you towards the base. The girl urges you and Jix, Flid, onto the ship. He's like, you'll be safer if you just get into your ship. The Republic can handle whatever's attacking us.
Right. Where's Eedee?
We'll take care of him.
Oh, it's imperative he comes with us also. I'm not leaving nobody from my crew behind.
You see her at this point. If you could make me another perception check.
Can I fight against that one
That's too
for
far.
him?
Too far away.
In her grasp.
No, Doman took you.
Oh, Doman took me. I thought she took me.
Yeah.
2 more character points.
So 15 more points. My difficulty. There's the 15. Yeah. And you feel again there's this tug on your senses and there's a little bit of a blur, and she's like, I think you should go back to wherever you were safest. And there's a moment where you kind of look down at Jix and you're like, I think we should go back to where we were safest on your farm. And Jix is oblivious to the whole thing that's happening. He's just like, Jix is fine with that. Jix will go and pilot. And she kind of steps down the ramp and she kind of holds her hand out, big smile on her face. Have a safe flight. And you see the ramp kind of come up. The ship careens towards Jix's farm. And as everyone is been split to the 4 corners of the world, this is where we'll stop tonight's episode. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. As always, please keep wearing your masks, keep washing your hands, keep keeping your distance, and if you haven't, please get yourselves vaccinated. As always, I'm going to put some phone numbers on our chat if you're watching live on Twitch, because mental health is part of our general health and there should be no stigma or taboo about it. So if you feel like you need help, please go and get it wherever you can. And if you're a friend of somebody who usually has a strong personality or is jovial 24/7, please check up on them, because depression can take any mask, and a simple hello or how are you can definitely change the trajectory of somebody's life. So please check up on everyone, and you yourselves, if you feel like you need it, understand that there's no stigma about it, that there's no taboo, and there shouldn't be. So don't feel like you should feel ashamed about checking in on your own mental health, because sometimes we do need somebody else. We do need an outside eye to kind of tell us that we have strayed from where our compass should be leading us. And there's no taboo about it, and there's no stigma about it. So just understand that, please. Take care of yourselves. there will be no streams for the next 2 weeks as I am currently on the move from where I currently live to somewhere else. So please feel free to catch up on YouTube if you haven't, and I will see you when I see you. Take care, everybody.